Rachelle.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
You feeling a little extra today?
Oh, very extra.
That's good. I'm about to ruin your day. So
I've been looking forward to this all week.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
I have been too. I've been really pissed off lately, actually. Yeah, I just feel, and I feel like a lot of people have been, like, tempers are just, like,
absolutely
a little shorter.
Yeah.
A little shorter these days. And, so I figured that we would just like release all that bad juju by shit talking about it.
I love it. Nothing like a good shit talking.
All right.
Okay.
We are going to discuss our pet peeves today.
Oh, Lordy.
And so I did do a little bit of like research on pet peeves because I was wondering, like, why do we call it a pet peeve?
That's a good question. Yeah. Why is it a pet peeve?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Rachelle.
I'm so curious.
So what is a pet peeve? It is something that someone finds especially annoying. But the root of the word looks like it comes from early 20th century origins, where they combine the word pet, which means an especially cherished thing, with peeve, meaning irritated or exasperated. So I think it's like you're especially irritated.
That makes sense. I like it.
Yep. Yeah. So we are going to roll here. Drum roll. Here are Leah and Rachelle's top pet peeves.
I'm so sorry if I offend anyone.
I am not. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to find out how much I piss you off every time we hang.
Yes.
That's great. I love that for me.
All right. Are you ready to get peeved?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do this in order of like my least peeved to most.
To your most peeved.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the one that I guess probably irritates me the least out of these, but it's people complaining about other people, which is entirely what this episode is about and what we're going to do. So
the irony.
I know. It turns out I'm a big fan of irony. So not so much about complaining about other people, but I'm actually looking forward to doing it anyway.
I love it.
What do you got?
Let's go. My least, I just wrote them down. My least favorite probably would be, I guess, if I had to pick one, I hate watching a movie and hearing anything other than the movie.
Oh.
Doesn't matter what it is. Like, if a movie is on, only the movie. I don't want to hear
talk.
No, I don't want to hear the rustling of bags. I don't want to hear, like, the dishwasher doing its thing. Like, zero other sounds. The movie is the only thing that I want to hear when I'm watching a movie.
Okay. Noted. Mm-hmm. I usually fall asleep during movies, so
same.
No problems.
Actually, I do in theaters, too.
Do you?
Yeah.
I
haven't watched a movie in a theater and stayed awake the whole time in years.
The new theaters have, like, the vibrating seats, and you can, like, turn up the intensity or turn it down. And I turned it all the way up, and it actually kept me awake. It was like every once in a while I'd get, like, and it's like, I'm awake.
I wonder if I can sense that. Like, focus, Leah.
Right? I need focus. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's my little movie survival tip.
Yep, I'm gonna look into that.
All right. My next word is the use of the word mortified.
Oh.
People use it wrong all the time.
Okay, how do you use it right?
And it drives me nuts. So people, for the love of God, it does not mean being scared.
Oh. Yeah. No, I knew that. And I'm not, like, my vocabulary is not fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, so most people think that it means being scared. And so you're like, oh my God, there was a hurricane and the storm was so bad last night. I was so mortified. No. It means that you were embarrassed, like embarrassed to the point or filled with shame to the point that you could just die.
See, I was still wrong. So there we go.
Oh.
I thought it was more like horrified, like people misused those words.
Well,
like that, not necessarily embarrassed, but just kind of like, yeah.
It's about being embarrassed. That's the root of it.
Really?
Yeah. It's like something has happened to you that you are like, you can never show your face again. You are mortified.
I'm going to try to use that word today.
Yeah. And next time you hear someone using it wrong, we don't promote violence. Damn it.
And then I'll be like, you should be mortified. You should be in this moment because you just used mortified wrong.
Incorrectly. But I think that lots of people try to use big words that they don't understand, and that's not even a particularly bad word. Big word.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, you want another one of mine?
I do.
Next?
I do.
I would say forks scraping across a plate, like the sound that makes.
Oh.
Or if they, it makes me, but on their teeth too. Same thing.
So that's your nails on the chalkboard?
Yeah.
Is forks on a plate?
Or like, I can't even.
When people bite too hard on their...
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like it when I can hear people chewing. This isn't on my list. This is not an official pet peeve, but I do not like it when I can hear people like smacking their gum or chewing their gum. Oh, okay. Well, I won't say.
No, that's good. We can do two of mine in a row. It's fine. So, yeah, chewing with your mouth open is actually called a thing. It's called misophonia.
Misophonia.
Or phenia. I don't know how you'd actually say it, but it's not even just chewing with your mouth open. It's just like hearing mouth sounds.
Oh.
So, like, everyone in my house knows how crazy I am about it. Like, it'll instantly turn me into a bad person. But it's even like if it's something that makes sound as you're chewing it, like even if they're like, you know what, you want to be like, take smaller bites or something. I don't know.
That's very interesting.
I think I get it from my dad. If it's genetic, probably not. But
I once, you know what? I understand that like it makes you do ugly things.
Yeah.
I once like yelled at a girl in a boardroom and like I turned and because she was smacking her gum in my ear and we're all facing in one direction and she's like right behind me at the next seat and just like doing it. I'm not going to do it because it'll irritate you. Close your ears just for like the ASMR.
Okay.
Yeah, so no good. That's fun for me, actually.
It was really nice of you to not hit her, actually. You showed great restraint.
Yeah. And so I turned around and I was like, could you please? And in hindsight...
She probably had no idea.
In hindsight, that was kind of my bad because I should not have done that with all the people were in the boardroom. Like
no, you have a thing. Next time that happens, you say, I have misophonia and I can't help myself.
Noted.
So, put your gum away.
All right. Okay, do you want to hear my next one?
Yeah.
I hate being asked what's wrong. And that will turn me into a bad... instantly, you are what's wrong because you asked that question.
Can you see my brain?
Yeah.
The reel going.
You know, like, if I'm, like, crying or, like, so obviously, like, something's wrong, please ask me, like, what's wrong or if I need help or something like that. But if I'm just, like... getting coffee and I'm just like walking through the house and I'll get like, what's wrong? I'm freaking baseline. Like, I don't know if my resting bitch face must be like that for
next
serious.
Level.
Yeah. Like I just,
that's funny.
But yeah, that is, I think, that's definitely one of mine.
I feel like it is annoying when it's very obvious that something's wrong and someone says, what's wrong? Like if I don't.
Well, I mean,
it is annoying. It is.
It is.
I can see it. Even when it's not, it's annoying all the time.
Say, like,
I get it.
Is there something I can help you with? Or like, take a softer approach. Don't be like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
That's like saying, calm down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that.
No one in the history of calm down ever calmed down at the words of calm down.
It's like, oh, thanks. I just needed to be told. I'm going to be better now.
I didn't realize. Okay, you did 2 in a row, and so I'll do 2 in a row. And this one, maybe this one's actually really similar to the last one. And it's being told that I'd be prettier if I smiled. And again, maybe that's because I have really wicked resting bitch face, but...
We're not going to smile for the rest of this podcast.
My job is not to make... You feel welcomed all the time. Like, I just want to go about my day. Man in the grocery store. I didn't come here to smile
Somebody
at
said
you.
That?
Oh, yes.
Like a stranger in a grocery store.
Yes. There was like, you'd be prettier if you smiled. I had choice words.
Did you hit them?
No.
Oh, once again, there's the restraint.
Missed opportunity for violence. Yes.
Absolutely. That's exactly what that is.
But yeah, I think that's just the absolute
That ties into like the be a lady thing.
Yeah.
Like, I read this book that talks about untaming yourself, and I think I've talked about it in a previous podcast because it left such an impression on me. And it was just like, yeah, this whole concept of like be a lady. And it's just like, no, every time I say that word, lady, or if I'm like, hey, lady, and I'm like, oh, don't use that word. Now it's got like a bad, being a lady used to be like a compliment. And now I'm like, I will be no lady. I'm a feral, psychotic
I am a brazen woman.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Next one. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. When people are standing in the middle of like a common walkway or space. Like I see it like at the arena all the time when I'm there for my son's hockey, or like in a grocery store or whatever. Now, I would like to say
awareness of what is around you.
I also am that person that stands and I have no spatial awareness. I will back into people in grocery store aisles. I am the worst at it. But when I am trying to get where I want to go, that really pisses me off.
I hate it when we're traveling and like people will like, you'll be walking and it's a really busy place or something. And instead of like pulling over to the side or like in the mall or something, they'll just like stop right where they are. And I have actually ran into the back of people, like, because I'm a very fast walker.
I know this. I know this. I was like running here today with you.
Well,
you were walking.
That's how I stay warm. It's wintertime.
That's why I say 1 step for Leah, 10,000 steps for Rachelle.
Look, I'm helping people reach goals.
You are, yeah. How many steps did you get today? I bet I got 3 times as much as you did.
Probably.
That's funny. Yeah.
How many more do you have left?
I have kind of 2 more.
Okay.
But they kind of tie in together a little bit.
All right.
I'll
say mine and then you can do yours too at the end together. Okay. This is my weird one.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
And it irritates me to no end when people do not return shopping carts appropriately, like to the correct spot. And like, I don't expect people to like fix other people's mistakes, although I have like totally rearranged the shopping cart thing because I think if you can't do the small things in life, how are you ever going to do something big?
Did you know that it's actually like in the Costco contract?
Like, what do you mean? Like it's in...
Like when you initially get your like Costco membership.
Really? So many people are in breach.
Right. They should all lose their memberships.
I think so too.
Every single one of you.
I bet you Costco would be a better place.
Yeah.
Like just a general overall better experience.
I mean, that being said, when I got my Costco membership, I do not remember reading that. Probably because like most people, I was just like, I want my
T's and C's.
T's and C's. Exactly.
Huh.
But that's interesting.
I feel armed to yell at people at Costco.
Just like put on one of those vests. Just like act like you work there.
This is a public service announcement to all Costco shoppers.
Return your damn cart.
Return your cart. It's in your contract.
Yeah. God forbid you aren't able to buy mass amounts of laundry soap anymore.
Right? Toilet paper. Paper products that's where we make our money.
I had a girlfriend, this reminds me of a story that was telling me the other day. There was 2 things that she was going to Costco for. And I can't remember what the other thing was. But they were 2 like very like kind of like everyday things that you might use. Anyways, she's like, oh, I got to go to Costco and I just really don't want to. And it's like, well, what do you need? She's like, laundry soap. And I'm like you would go to Costco just to get, I'm like, I can't say I've ever bought laundry soap at Costco. Not that you shouldn't buy your laundry soap there, but like, I was just like floored that I'm like, some people take their Costco shopping that seriously.
That's like,
I mean, it makes sense. I'm sure she's saving lots of money, but like.
No, because there's no way you go to Costco and only leave with laundry soap.
There was one other thing that she was getting. There was 2 things, but they were both things like kind of like that.
She still didn't leave with just those 2 things.
No, she didn't. I'm sure she didn't.
Like, Costco, they'll get you.
I was like, man, like, I would pay twice as much money to get the one thing I needed somewhere that was easy to get in and out of than get a good deal at Costco for 1 or 2 things.
You know what, though? They've got some really sweet things there.
They do. I love Costco.
I know, me too. I think
it's just a little psycho.
Yeah.
Just the parking lot.
They should hire us to come and be lot attendants with our podcast.
Okay, if you work at Costco, hook us up.
Yeah.
We've got a fun idea.
We're going to do this for literally half an hour and that's it.
I'm so excited. I think we should do it anyway.
We'll be mostly nice.
Until we get kicked out of there.
I think we'll be mostly nice about it.
We'll just wear our Costco cards as name tags.
All right. What you got?
Okay. Excuse me. So I really dislike being micromanaged. Because it makes me, but this is like an ego thing for me. So, it hurts my ego when it feels like people don't think I know.
Yeah.
Because I know everything. Obviously. Right. Yeah. And obviously not, but
it's really hard to win an argument with me also.
Yeah. Good to know. Sometimes I can back down, but like, it's just when it's something that I feel like I know, then I hate. Yeah. Anyways, I have an ego and I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. That'd be a good podcast one day to talk about ego.
That would be.
Write it down.
Bring in our best Freudian accents.
I love it. All right. And then the other one kind of like not necessarily ties super into this, but like the thing that ticks me off the most in life right now, and I find it especially in my job, is people making decisions, and there even being like a decision-making process about something that directly affects how I do my job without asking the people that actually do the job. That I cannot stand it. I think everyone in the higher echelons of where I work is morons, and I do not understand why they would not want to include the people. Like, hey, do you think this will work? Like, how hard is that?
We should do, like, that is a horrifying change management process to just like think that you know everything and to come down. If you involve your staff, not only are you going to have better, more applicable ideas and work through, like they probably have amazing solutions that they're already using to work around the stupid things that management have put into place. But if you just involve those people right from the get-go, not only are you going to get better solutions, but you're going to have increased buy-in from all of your staff, and you're not going to have all that pushback. And
then resentment, like clearly I have towards my employer about the lack of like input that they want from me, even given my 15 plus years doing the same job.
Tell them to watch Who Moved My Cheese? And it's a cartoon about change management and how to like get people to do the things that you want them to do. So Who Moved My Cheese?
Who Moved My Cheese?
Yeah. And
well, the thing is like, I don't know if I can get to the person that I would need to tell to.
Oh, there's a way.
But I'm going to try.
Oh, there's a way.
We're going to find it.
Yeah, we're going to tag them.
We interrupt this podcast. Same idea. Yeah. That's funny. Anyways, we're going to change the world today. Stay tuned.
So is that's your top ones?
Those are mine.
So you know what? I looked up the most common pet peeves.
Yep.
And actually none of them were ours.
What?
Yeah, we don't have any of the most common ones.
Not even the misophonia chewing?
No.
Okay, what are they? I want to know.
However, most of them seem to be targeted at your partner or the people you live with. So,
I mean, cohabitating is hard.
Yes, it is.
I've scratched my armpit.
I've got the top 5 here as well. So, messy common spaces. Yeah, so like people leave like dishes behind and, or their clothes on the floor and stuff like that.
I'm that person.
You leave a mess? I don't like clutter. We've already been through this.
I don't like a messy, how do I put it? I don't like a messy house. I like a good clean house.
Yeah.
But where I prioritize that in what makes me happy.
Yeah.
I don't hate it enough that like I wouldn't rather go sew for an hour than do my dishes or whatever.
Yeah. Colleagues complaining about other work colleagues, which I guess I don't like it when people complain about other people. Yeah. But I tend I definitely do that at work too sometimes.
It's so hard though. People are frustrating.
Well, and I work with one of my like long-term best friends. And so I think it's just.
That doesn't even count. I feel like that doesn't even count then. Yeah.
Thank you for
validating. You're off the hook for that one.
Okay. Thank you for validating me.
I'm here for you. I got you.
Not getting credit when it's deserved. And I could see how that's a big one. I do these follow-up meetings with new staff about like 2-3 weeks, and it's just to like kind of audit the onboarding process. And the last question that I always ask, and this is another thing that employers should implement because I think it's a really good tool for us, but I ask them always, think back to a time in your life of any time, any work job, could be at work, not at work, but any like time in your life that you received positive feedback or appreciation for a job that you did. And what about that recognition stands out to you?
In my line of work, because my employer, it's just whatever, very like, it's the health region, I guess I should just say it. It's not a big secret. So like it's a number, like there's a bazillion people that work for them. It's just like not part of like their process to give a shit about their employees, essentially. I mean, like there are certain aspects of which like we're well taken care of, but like I can actually remember the very first manager that I had working where I work, that twice when she got a compliment from a family member of somebody that I had helped, that she passed that on to me. And I have not heard good things since. And that would have been like in my first year of work, and I've been there over 15 years now.
I feel like
So I remember that. It sticks out in my mind from 15 years ago that a manager 2 times took time out of her day to be like, hey, I just want you to know so-and-so called today and said blah, blah, blah.
And you know what? That took 2 seconds out of their day.
Yeah.
And it's something that still stands out for you. Yeah. Like that.
Unless I haven't gotten any good reviews since then, that's possible.
That could be. But yeah, I don't know. So I like asking that question because some people like recognition out loud or like, public, announce it at a meeting. Congratulations, so-and-so, because they did a really good job on this. Some people really like an email and like to save those emails. And I like emails because I have ones from like years ago in old jobs that I used to work at where, yeah. So when you appreciation is nice. Yeah. I lost my train of thought for a second there, but I got an email and they just said sassy legacy. And it was because I stood up for myself in a meeting and they were like, it was from a guy and I think he just felt awkward saying, you go girl. So I got to say,
how do I say this? But a little more, whatever you'd call it, manly-ish.
Okay. 2 more common pet peeves: not taking out the trash.
Oh.
So, I don't know. Sounds like that's on everybody, though, if you ask me. So, and your bedmate takes too much of the blankets.
Well, I guess that would be one of mine. Yeah. But I solved the problem by getting my own blanket. So, hasn't been a problem for a long time.
I could see how that could be like a pet peeve, but that doesn't, like, some of the ones that I like, the shopping carts one and the pretty fierce smell, like I feel my blood boil when those things happen. So, and maybe that's not a great indicator of who I am, but I think irritations can make people do ugly things.
They can. We're all flawed.
I heard actually just last night, I'm going to try and pull up this quote accurately now, but we were having a really good conversation about how we feel that we get more irritated as we get older. And how we kind of summed it up is like, it's because I care so much more, but I am so much more irritated. And so it's, I love more, but I tolerate less. And I was like, you know what? That. I really like that.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great. Sorry, that took me a while to get there, but I was like trying to remember it.
You got there. You did it.
All right. Are you ready for a question?
Yes.
I have one ready.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I can't wait. This is my favorite part of this. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Give me your question.
All right. So this is, okay, I'll read it as I have it here. My parents were not great people. Growing up, I often felt like I didn't belong or that I was adopted. For a long time, I was worried I'd be like them when I was a parent. How much do you think who you become as an adult has to do with your upbringing? For the record, Mom and Dad, that wasn't about you. That was
same Mom and Dad.
A legit question that I had brought to us.
I love that.
So, but it's kind of like that nature versus nurture question. And so all of these stupid people that do pet peeves, is it because their parents were stupid?
Yes. No.
Excuse me. But yeah.
My first thought on that is absolutely, unequivocally, without a doubt, 1,000,000% yes. Whether it's you adopt or you work hard to not adopt.
I agree.
So I feel like no matter which way you look at it, I do feel like...
Because you still have your own personality. So it's it's what you do with that experience.
Totally.
And how you apply it to your own life.
But if there's certain parts, of like your childhood that have bothered you and, as you grow up and you want to deal with it, you go to therapy. And therapy is something that, anyone that does it, it changes their lives. Like it's amazing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think for sure. If there's things that I've taken on from my childhood that I thought were great things and great practices and things I wanted to carry on, and there were things that I was just like, I think I can do a little bit something different with that. And there's aspects of it that have motivated me in different ways in life. And there's aspects of it that have probably taught me some bad habits in life. So
yeah, I know that, not that our parents were bad people or anything like that, but we grew up in a different time where it was just so freaking common to say horrible things, like racist comments or, not intentionally racist things, but, I don't know. I was definitely raised with some racist phrases and some racist thoughts within our family dynamic. And sometimes even still, and I do a lot of work publicly and privately with myself to make advances towards truth and reconciliation and those calls to action and stuff like that. And it's sometimes those thoughts just still can't help but all of a sudden it pops into my head, something just stupid. But that's the responsibility that I take on myself to be why would you think that? And I kind of have a little self-check and call myself out on it. And
it's a process.
That's the steps that and the commitment that I've made to the phrase, oh, that's so gay. That used to be just something that fell out of my face without even thinking about it. And it took work to work that phrase out of my daily language.
One of my best friends is gay and he wasn't always out to me anyways. And that was a phrase that I used all the time. And when he came out to me, I was I thought about that a lot. It really bothered me because I said it all the time at that point in life.
I can think back on a number of occasions that I'm
sorry.
I wish I was smarter earlier. So
yeah, trying to get woke.
Yeah. Now we're woke. Lots of coffee, but
yeah.
Good chat.
Yeah, that was a good talk. Good talk.